Hey there, you're back with old Barry once again. Let's dive right into this. So, maybe you guys will reach out and tell me how you feel. I've always been a proponent about metals being directly linked to actually geopolitical and actually lack of confidence in government, more so than almost any other aspect of it. Of course, geopolitical situations always play a big part in anything like this, but if you're noticing, currently the prices of silver, prices of gold, they're pretty much going up by the minute. I understand today being October 13th. Actually, silver broke $52 briefly for an ounce. Now, of course, everybody talks about silver and back in the old days of the Hunt brothers manipulation at 49 and change. I think it was like 49 and 50 cents. It's not relevant, but so silver broke $52 briefly before coming down to 51 and change. If you take $49.50 actually and then convert that into today's standards, I believe metals have a long way to go. See what $49.50 from the middle 70s comes out to in today's currency, and you might be pretty surprised. I also feel, though, be careful because it is being overbought right now, and in terms of if you can buy it now at more expensive, then you'll be able to buy it in the near future. It's only because people are jumping on the bandwagon and they're panicking. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm certainly not telling you silver is a bad investment, or gold for that matter. Any precious metal in its tangible form, and I'm not a big fan of COMEX. You know the old story about, well, I guess everybody's heard one aspect of it or another, but you know the old story about you're at a dance or at a wedding or something and you bump into your wife by mistake with red wine and you spill red wine on a $500 gown. Well, you're not going to throw out a $500 gown. You're going to take it to the dry cleaner. So you take it to the dry cleaners and the guy behind the counter says, here's a ticket for your claim. Okay? The value is the dress, not the ticket. Okay? When you come back a week later, they're liable to say, hey, we don't take that ticket anymore. Well, the value's in the dress. So look at the dress as the physical holding of any kind of precious metal. Look at the ticket as the COMEX. Okay, from what I understand, there's over 100 ounces of silver on paper for every ounce that is actually in existence. That's a nightmare to be had, but rest assured this is being caused mostly by people are losing faith in government at an astronomical pace. Whether that's the United States, whether that's Europe, certainly where I'm from, Canada, Australia, you name it, governments are losing credibility at an alarming rate. Another major thing that you probably won't see in Western media too much is the simple fact that China has actually passed some new regulations in regards to rare earth, which China has pretty close to 85% of the world's natural resources when it comes to rare earth. And of course, anybody knows anything about rare earth knows it's needed for so many technological things in electronics, but by and large, also weaponry. And they are making it mandatory now for any country, not just the West, but any country that wants to buy natural resources in terms of rare earth from China need a permit. They already announced and made it public that no permits will be approved for military use or any acts of weaponry. When it comes, and this also won't be in the Western media, they are really trying to create more of a peaceful environment. Things are getting very volatile out there. And the other thing about that is if the natural or rare earth is going to be used for any type of activity outside of military, in other words, like medical use, betterment of the population of your country and anything of that nature, you don't even need a permit. So I applaud that. You're not going to hear that in Western media. And of course, what will Trump do? What else has he got to do? He's going to start playing with the tariffs again. Folks out in the Western countries understand that these tariffs are hurting you guys in terms of access to better products, be it electronic cars, computers, or anything else of that nature. You guys are out of the picture because the price is just not comparable, so you're forced to buy an inferior product because of the lack of tariff. That's not really fair to you when you're missing out on some of the best products. I mean, BYD and some of the car companies alone should convince you that. Another thing, let's hope there is some truth to this actual releasing and subsiding a little bit over in the Middle East, because that is one hell of a hot area that we need to be very careful of. And again, the West is giving the president inaccurate information about what is happening and what is going on in that area. I'm implored about the handling of the foreign affairs and by the West. It's just absolutely, there's no other word other than disgusting. I mean, how you can supply weapons for all these wars and yet turn around and claim you're fighting for peace is beyond me, except for all but the most indoctrinated people. So folks, wise up. I still am very much in total agreement on what information I'm receiving from various parts of the world and some of my sources, which I have exposed some of them in prior videos. I don't claim to take responsibility or credit for them. Be prepared, because you are going to see this break out in 2026, be it late first quarter or late first quarter to middle of the second quarter in 2026. A contagion type of war all around the world. It is not going to be pretty. You better understand where you're sitting right now. You folks in Europe, you're all but out of time in terms of getting any kind of money out of that country. I implore you, use whatever means possible. Get it out of the country. Do not leave your life savings in that country. You are going to lose it. They are going to be implementing currency controls at a very soon time in the future. It's the reason why they're pushing for the central bank digital currency so quickly. Just take a look around the world. You're going to start to see, as I said, when people lose confidence in government and geopolitical situations look like they're heading in a certain direction, you are going to see precious metals rise, which is obvious by now. You're seeing what we're saying. And those of you that have capitalized on it, good luck to you. Those of you that are thinking about jumping in right now, I might wait till the end of November, mid-November, before I take a jump in that. But in any event, you're not going to lose on it on a futuristic way of looking at it, because these things are absolutely necessity for the prolonged innovation of technology as well as weaponry. I hope this little bit helps. Be careful, guard yourself, just be sure that all your eggs aren't in one basket, okay? It's Barry, and we'll talk to you at another time.